What's up, everybody? Welcome back to My Twisted Life and TV. I am Poetry. You are here for another recap and review of Buried by the Bernards. It's a Netflix original. We're on episode 2. It's called Life After Death. If you're not already subscribed to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and then turn on the notifications so that way you can be notified each and every time I post a video on this channel, because again, I don't have a set schedule. So, Buried by the Bernards. Just from your response, I can see that we love this show as a collective, as a people. I don't think I've seen one bad comment about this show yet. It is funny. It's a heartwarming family, a business, black owned at the same time, and even though it's surrounded by death, this show is full of life for me. I can see that Uncle Kevin is everybody's favorite baby. He is the life of the party. When I tell y'all, I was so happy that this episode kind of just focused on Uncle Kevin a little bit. I was like, yes. I don't know what it is. Uncle Kevin and Deja are my favorite too. Deja gives me all the life. Her daddy, I love the whole cast. Her daddy, Ryan, her sister Reagan, her grandma Debbie, even Tavion. We start this episode off with Tavion and Ryan. They up in the office playing video games, right? The whole episode seems to be about responsibility, being a responsible adult or a responsible person in business, so that way you could be a responsible person in life. That's the whole message I got from it. So Tavion and Ryan are in there playing video games. You know, Ryan said Tavion liked to talk smack a little bit, so he brought him on up in there, and he gonna give him some work on the game. Kevin is like, he got work to do. This ain't no place that we come to play. He got work to do. How many bodies you got down there to embalm? He got 2 bodies to embalm and put makeup on and everything. But Tavion up for playing video games, and Tavion feel like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and keep doing what I gotta do because I'm playing with the boss. I heard Kevin over there telling me I got something I need to do, but the boss is playing with me. And I think one of the things I noticed about this family, even though Tavion is an employee, he's still part of the family. They take this position, this job, just a little bit too lenient, just a little bit. Because if it was in a whole nother vibe, a whole nother place where they are not considered to be family, they all may have lost their jobs right now. Could you imagine going to work and playing video games with your boss, unless you was a gamer, unless you was a computer programmer, just sitting there playing video games with your boss, unless you were in some type of family environment. Now, I know my family's restaurant, my cousin, he has Mother's Fish in St. Louis, and we all had our own little branches that we working out of. And we kicked it. We had a ball up in Mother's Fish. But I would fire my family members quicker than a mug if they're not doing what they're supposed to do. But for the most part, we clowned and we kicked it and we had fun. I can't even lie. Kevin is like, dude, how old are you? You too grown to be sitting here playing video games. Now, he's not saying this to Ryan, who is much older, but he's the boss. He playing video games too. He's focusing in on Tavion. Tavion's like, I'm 21. He say, oh, okay, you cool then. It's to say, oh, you still young. You still, a little wet behind the ears. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and play your video games. Have a little fun now. But when it's time to play, time to roll up for real, we going to do that. We're going to put in this work. Okay, so Deja and Reagan on the other end, they are in the office and they have their own little business called the Bernard Girls in the Mix. It is a cake business, and they are what's the word I'm looking for? Getting together their flyers. I'm just gonna say it like that. They putting together their flyers for the business so they can promote themselves, the promotional material. They putting together promotional material, and in walks Grandma Debbie. Debbie is like, what you doing? And they was like, Grandma, we got our business, we run it, what I'm saying? We getting together flyers. Now, Reagan and Deja, they both feel like, they have inbred that in us, for us to have multiple streams of income. Daddy has taught me that. Debbie has taught me that. I find it amazing that they call their grandmama Debbie and they call Uncle Kevin Kevin. They don't put the Unc in front of a grandma in front of it when they speaking directly to them. Maybe it's because of a business thing and that's what they require, or maybe we'll find out later on in the show why that happens. But they was like, yeah, they've been inbred in us for us to have multiple streams of income. This is one of our multiple streams. You know, and then Debbie said in the confessional, you know, I encouraged them to have multiple streams. I sold cakes, I sold pies, I sold pickles, I sold sandwiches, you know, I sold water on the corner, I had a bag of oranges on the highway. I was selling everything but some cocktails, you know what I'm saying? She was selling everything. So she understands having multiple streams of income. But the problem is, you at one place of employment right now, this is your 9 to 5. This is when you're supposed to be working here. Every other multiple stream of income that you have, you need to do that in your own time. Now, I understood. I understood where Debbie came from. I wasn't mad at her for saying that. I understood where she came from, but I know myself. I have been at work on my regular 9 to 5, the one that's paying all my bills, trying to get together everything I need to get together for my other stream of income. I don't even like to call it a side hustle. I think Debbie called it a side hustle too. For me, it's not a side hustle. What I'm working on is my way to get up out of her, to get up out of this full-time career, you know what I'm saying, or to add to the career that I already have. So I used to be in my job using a copier machine, printing out copies of my books so I could edit them and, you know, send them off to people to review. I used to be that person, you know what I'm saying? I used to use they ring binders, and I know people say that's probably stealing or whatever, but you know, I did it anyway. Let's see, when I was working at the Mother's Fish restaurant, what did I do that wasn't in line or that was outside of my job? I don't think there was too much that I did outside. Yes, I did. We were right next door to a club, and a lot of the entertainers used to come get food from us. I used to network like a mug so I can get connections outside of the restaurant to use, you know, in my everyday walk of life to help me promote my books, help me promote my business, you know, things of that nature. So yeah, I did that. I understood both sides of the coins from where the girls coming from, and then at the same time, the girls are like, "This is my daddy business. How you gonna tell me what I can't do in my daddy business?" You know what I'm saying? But I totally get from Debbie's point of view as an employer, a boss, a manager, you on my time right now. Whatever else you got going on outside here, I am proud of you for doing it. I encourage you to do it, but I encourage you to do it on your own time. You getting paid to do Bernard's funeral service business right now. Well, the girls, they was like, you know what? We finna go take a lunch, right? They went to take a lunch, and they were discussing their business and how they gonna get it out there to people, and they really want to get their cakes on shelves instead of just like being door to door, selling out the trunk of their car online, trying to hustle. The hustle is hard. Like, trust me, I know me with this doggone lip gloss business, just trying to get, you know, people to take me serious and, you know, get my product out the door and on some shelves. That'd be the best for me instead of keep trying to sell to people. Trying to build a clientele. If I can get these in the stores and let people, you know, walk by the shelf and see them and say, hey, that's Survive Beauty, let's do that, right? You know what I'm saying? I understand the need to get them on the shelves, but Debbie feel like if they are slacking on their 9 to 5 and they're not putting in the work to help build the business that they are already a part of, that they have been entitled to just by birthright, then they are not going to do as well or as successful when they're on their own. They're gonna be sitting on the street corner with a little white tent above them with a little buyer's permit at the Mayday parade or whatever parade y'all have in y'all city, you know, hustling cakes and pies. You know what I'm saying? You know, she trying to get Patti LaBelle's, you know, prize, whatever Patty's pies are called, off the shelves onto the floor and get her girls up there. She trying to teach them the entrepreneurial way, but she don't believe that they listen. They ain't hearing her. So the girls, they take like an hour to get back from lunch. I didn't think that hour was unreasonable. I really didn't. They left at 1:15, they came back at 2:15. I honestly don't think that's unreasonable. I don't think that's unreasonable in any place. It could be fast food. Half the time, you trying to go get food or get you something to eat, you can't bring food from the house all the time. But even if you do, you still have to have it refrigerated and heat that stuff up. That takes time. You might be waiting on somebody else to get done at the microwave, and then 22 minutes done pass, and you got 8 minutes left for lunch because you got a 30-minute lunch, and now you got to rush and eat down your hot, scalded ass food, try to bring it back to your desk, and your boss be complaining that you got food at your desk. 30 minutes is not enough time to have some doggone lunch. In my office where I work, 20 minutes. That's our paid lunch. 20 freaking fucking minutes. Because according to Florida law, they only require to give you 15. Okay, so an hour, I thought that was reasonable. reasonable. They came back in exactly 1 hour. They had to do drive time too. She told them to brown bag it. Like I said, brown bag it ain't for everybody. It ain't for everybody. And you ain't finna keep eating them old cold ass sandwiches every doggone day. No. You need some variety, some spice of life up in there. So when they got back, Mama Debbie was like pissed. So she started giving them grunt work to do. She wanted them to rearrange the coffins, redo the bedding, rearrange the whole casket room. You know, don't mess up my doggone coffins. Don't get no nicks, no scratches, no bumps, nothing like that in there. So while they in there doing that, they laughing and giggling, and Mama Debbie's like, look at this. They think this playtime. They think I ain't serious. I'm for real. They want to laugh and giggle and hee and ha ha. That ain't what they supposed to be doing right now. Like I said, I understand, Mama Debbie. Yet at the same time, you have to consider your employees' morale. If they always feel like they getting beat down and harangued or whatever the other word I want to try to use right now, then it's going to make them not be as productive and not give a good doggone about whether or not they bump them caskets or crash them or whatever. But them girls, they were smart. You know what they did? They told the camera crew, hey, help me out real quick. Deja went to that, 9 months pregnant. I got to move these doggone caskets around. This can't be safe. Hey, can you move that real quick? They had the camera crew working for them, baby. Moving caskets, everything. I said, go ahead on, girl. Use what you got. You know what I'm saying? Use it. So, when Mama Debbie came in, since they was all there laughing and kicking and everything, she gave them another task to do. Y'all gonna have to put makeup on this dead body now. The girls go downstairs and they like, makeup? On who? On what? Got this dead body down there. This man needs to be, made up and, they nervous. They scared. They work in the funeral home, but they don't necessarily handle the body. So to try to up that, the thing and take it off his face, you probably see them decompose or whatever we do after we die, the rigor mortis setting in, and you got to try to make them beautiful. First Reagan was like, well, shoot, he a man, his natural beauty is probably the best form. But they did what they had to do. They put the makeup on and got old boy together. That's how he was doing. Well, while all this is going on, Uncle Kev and Ryan, they out at the mechanic. One of the hearses is down. They done broke an axle or something like that. And dude told him it's going to cost them near $5,000 to $6,000 to fix it. And it's going to take almost a week. I don't know what kind of axles they got on those doggone hearses, but I think that y'all was getting price gouged. I really do. $5,000 to $6,000? What? Yeah, I ain't never heard no axle being cost that doggone much to replace. But okay. So they decided, you know what, we need to go ahead and just buy us a new vehicle. It just don't make sense to be putting another $5,000 to $6,000 in this one. And we need one by this weekend. We got 5 services we got to take care of. So let's go ahead and buy a new one, right? So, as always, Kev, and like the rest of everybody do, you need to check with your mama, make sure it's okay. And Ryan is always like, check with my mama. I'm the boss. What y'all don't understand about that? I don't have to check my mama about nothing. But I will call her and let her know what's going on, right? So, and tell her what I'm going to do. He called up Mama Debbie. She didn't let him get a word in, not a word in the wiser about what he was going to do with that. And they said, okay, well, you're going to go and do what you're going to do. Go and do what you're going to do. She agreed to go ahead and let him buy the new vehicle, which he claimed he was going to do anyway. So they go over to this hearse dealer. And, they got a budget of $62,000, 65 tops is what they want to spend. And Uncle Kev is supposed to be the master negotiator, baby. They said if you go into a candy store and the doggone sucker costs 25 cents, he going to walk out of there with 5 suckers, a bag of chips, and a 16-ounce soda, all for a nickel. That's how Uncle Kev hustled, right? So they got on in there and they walked around. They seen all these vehicles they like, and then Uncle Kev zoomed in on one. I don't know what he was doing. He was walking around, tapping it. He was having foreplay with the doggone hearse, basically. He was just walking around, money. Like that. First he liked this white one, but it was white and they did a black one. So he going around and he just tapping. I'm like, Uncle Kev, what you doing? He was filling it up. Seeing how well he responded to his touch. That's how Uncle Kev was doing. He said he was feeling that one. Bro wanted $68,500. That was over their budget. Okay, so now Uncle Kev got to put in work. He said, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to take this for a little spin. When I take this for a little spin, you think about the words that you're going to let come out of your mouth next as far as how much you want to charge us for this vehicle, right? Baby, Uncle Kev, they riding. And Ryan like, hey, this mug ride kind of smooth, man. It's a winner right here. I think we're going to take this one, And then Kev say, hey, but we driving this like this little Volkswagen. We got to put this on the pedal to the metal like it's a doggone Lamborghini or something. Baby, he hit that gas, start flying down the highway. And Ryan is like, dude, we don't need to get pulled over by the police. Because you speeding in a doggone hearse. But Kev is smooth. He's smooth, baby. He's smooth as a baby's bottom. He just riding. He pimps out and all that. He on the highway. This big old truck start blowing his horn at him. I don't know if Uncle Kev swerved into his lane or what happened, but he started blowing his horn. And Uncle Kev turned to me. He was like, okay, you want to blow your horn? Go on, bring your big ass on up here then. Come on, bring your ass up on here. Bring it on. And at the same time, Uncle Kev is putting more pedal to the metal himself, letting him know, you can't fuck with this hearse, baby. You can't mess with it. So he driving it. The truck didn't pass him. And he's like, I thought so. I swear he sounded like me. That person can't hear you, Uncle Kev. He didn't know you was challenging him. He didn't even know you whole checked him at the end. Thought so, homie. You know what I'm saying? So Uncle Kev get the bite out. He said, all this driving, this smooth riding, it's making me hungry. Let's go over to the chicken shack. Baby, they whipped that doggone hearse up in the drive-thru. Then tried to tell the lady at the drive-thru window that she didn't come back out here to the hearse and check out the dead body that's in the car. She was like, no, ma'am. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go up there with no doggone dead body in no car. You know what I'm saying? He was joking. There wasn't no bodies in there because it's brand new. It was fresh. They eating this food, this barbecue chicken. Look good. It looked good. I've been craving barbecue chicken. I've been craving barbecue. I swear for goodness. We're going to have to fire up the grill. We really are. Yeah, we're going to have to fire up the grill. I need some water. I got no water. I got no bottles of water here with me right now. Damn it. But anywho, so they get this chicken. They got their coleslaw. I would have rather had some potato salad myself instead of coleslaw. But okay, they got their coleslaw. They got their baked beans and the chicken. And then all of a sudden, some sauce get dropped on the dashboard of the car. Got dropped on the armrest of the car. All on Uncle Kevin's side. Now, mind you, we didn't see Uncle Kevin eat the chicken. We saw Ryan eat the baked beans, but that looked like barbecue sauce. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, that's on your side of the car. So they started going back and forth about whose responsibility it was that dropped the doggone sauce and how they gonna bring that doggone car back to the dealership with all this barbecue sauce in the inside of it. You know what I'm saying? Uncle Kev like, this man ain't gonna know nothing was wrong with that car. He said, how he gonna know that there's barbecue sauce all in his car? He said, man, 1,000 people done drove this car. And how he gonna know it was us? That was in there before we got in there. Trust me, Ryan said, he know what was up with his car. Uncle Kev said, don't worry about that. Trust me. Ain't got nothing to worry about with this car. So they finally make it on back to the dealership. And, so Uncle Kev get out. He like, okay, so what's up with the numbers? You know what I'm saying? What's up with the numbers? Bro say, I can get you down to like 65, something like that. Uncle Kev like, what if I got cash? He said, what if you got cash? He said, yeah, you need to consider the fact that I got cash. A lot of car dealerships do that. When you a black person and you go into a dealership and you tell them that you come to look for a price and you trying to negotiate, they don't want to negotiate with you. And you said, you didn't even ask me if I got cash. They look shocked. You got cash? I had that happen when I bought my car. I was like, yeah, I got cash on me right now. You know what I'm saying? You gonna rob me, boo? Actually, I didn't have cash. I had a cashier's check that I hadn't picked up yet, but the bank was down the street. That's how it was. But I was like, I got cash. What? Brand new. Yes. I want a brand new car. Pay him cash. Negotiate. You can't negotiate with me. I need to roll up off this lot. So he brought it down to, I want to say 63,000 was it was. And Kev say, how about this? 60,000 cold hard cash in your hand. You know what I'm saying? While we rolling off the lot, you could be in there folding your money. We ain't got to deal no banks, nothing. And old boy say, okay, I got you. 60,000. He said, how about 60? I think he went to 62 or something like that. He went to 62 at some point, and then they ended up at 61. He said, I'm going to meet you in a minute. You can throw in another 1,000. I can come down another 1,000. And so Kev like, so you's a good man, cool. So they got the car, you know, a couple $1,000 less than what they wanted to get. And then so Kev said, okay, so what you gonna give me? What you gonna give me? You gonna throw in a tank of gas? He said, I got you on a tank of gas. What about detailing? I got you on the detail. Uncle Kev just negotiated him getting the guy doggone chicken barbecue sauce up out of the car without the man even knowing. He finna get a free detail. He ain't got to worry about cleaning the car himself because he just negotiated $2,000 off the car, a full tank of gas, and that Hearst probably could carry a lot of doggone gas, plus got a full detail. All the chicken barbecue sauce gone. He's a gambler. He's a gambler. Then there's another Hearst on the side of the road. Not on the side of the road, on the parking lot. Old school Hearst, baby. Old school pimp daddy Macalicious type of Hearst. And he like, how much you want for this? He said, $800. How about I give you $600? Dude didn't even bother to argue with him this time. Yes, sir. $600. I got you. $600. You getting 2 cars up out the deal. I'm gonna give you $600 for this one right here. It's a 1992. It only had 95,000 miles on it. That's a good doggone car. Uncle Ryan was like, what you gonna do? Part the car out? He's like, no, I ain't gonna part it out. I'm gonna roll in this, baby. This is gonna be my weekend car. Baby, I bet any doggone money Uncle Kev picking up some hoes with that. I mean, they may not be hoes, but he picking up some girls with that. I'm telling you. Uncle Kevin out here pimping it out, baby. And he came back and brought some food for the girls. And the girls was telling them, you know, about how hard their day was, and they actually had to put makeup on the body. And Uncle Kev and Ryan was like, oh, y'all did a good job. I'm very proud of y'all. So Debbie come in, because, you know, she coming in to get food. He got food for everybody. And she, you know, was ready to go in on the girls. And they like, no, they did a good job. They did a real good job. She's like, they did a good job. They did a real good job. Them? Deja and Reagan. Yeah, they did a very good job. I mean, God, no. She was expecting them to fail. But the fact that they did a good job, like, she just didn't know what to do with herself and her mouth at that point in time. So, you know, they all share their food. Someplace named Corky's. I've been to Memphis before, but I've never ate at Corky's. I'm going to have to try it if I ever go back to Memphis, if it's still around. Because the food looked good. Even at the barbecue they had earlier. I don't think that was Corky's too, was it? That looked good. They eating up the food and, you know, telling that, you know, how they got the deal on the doggone Hearst, how, you know, her brother did the doggone thing, and how he ended up buying him a car too. And he's like, you know, you get to see it tomorrow, I'm gonna bring it back. You know, the next day he smoothed through there with that doggone Hearst, and Debbie was like, you done lost your damn mind. She said, this is about the ugliest thing. This is like the worst thing you ever bought in your life. What is wrong with you, you damn fool? Uncle Kev get out like, what? Take my picture. Bam. What you know about this car, that girl? Tavion rolled over like, what is this? You know, Mama Debbie out there straight cracking on the car. So I wasn't sure if Tavion was really laughing at the vehicle of transportation, or if Tavion was just laughing at how hard Debbie was going in on him. Y'all, this was a good, funny, lighthearted episode. I love Buried with the Bernards. And I know a lot of y'all have watched all 8 episodes. Some of y'all are watching it twice. Like I said, I'm going to take it week by week. But I really enjoyed this episode. I really enjoyed this family. I thank them for having a reality TV show that's a feel-good type of show with a black family representing, a black family that owns a business, just representing from the Midwest. Y'all know what I'm saying? I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this episode if y'all remember it. This episode was called Driving a Hard Bargain. I said it was called Life After Death. This episode was Driving a Hard Bargain. Next episode is Life After Death, episode 3. All right, y'all. Like I said, like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel if you've not already done so. I appreciate you being here. Peace.